In the last video we saw how we can create a Dockerized Odoo application with community add-ons. Today we will see how we can create Dockerized Odoo application with our custom add-ons. So there are two ways to implement this. One is you can directly mount your directory or folder inside the container. Second one, you can create your own image. So in this video we will implement the first method where we mount our modules inside a Docker container. So let's start and build our custom Odoo application with the Docker. So before we jump into the YML file or the actual implementation, I'll just tell you the setup I did while recording this video. So while recording this video, Odoo 15 was the latest image. So I pulled a Odoo 15 image using command docker pull Odoo 15. So Docker pull will actually pull your image from Docker Hub repository. You're pulling image name as Odoo, and then you have specified the tag name. Here 15 is our latest version. That's why we are pulling a Docker image. So hit enter. So I've already downloaded this Odoo 15 image. So it will just say your image is up to date. Yeah, so here you can see pulling from library Odoo and your image is up to date. Now, next one, we need database. So I've pulled a Postgres 12 image from Docker Hub using same command. Now, once we have Docker images downloaded uh, in your system, then we can write this Docker compose file. Here I've named it as stack.yml. You can name it whatever you want. So let's go through this stack.yml file. So if you remember in the last video we have used a same Docker file. So for a new user I'll just explain the what components and parameters we are using. So basically we have defined two services. One is our web. Odoo is nothing but a web application, that's why a service name called as web. And second one is a DB, which is our database. So first thing, we have used image, the image that we have downloaded earlier. For database we are using Postgres version 12, and for Odoo we are using Odoo version 11. As we know that Odoo application is depend on database, so we should have our database ready when our application is starting. So that's why I've added one parameter depends on. So basically Docker will uh, wait for this database instance to be available, and after that Docker will start our Odoo application. And then I've exposed port number. So I've exposed 8099, and which will map with Docker container port number 8069. I've kept this 8069 by default because we know that Odoo works on 8069. So from outer world I've exposed 8099. So this is about port, and same thing goes to database. As we know that Postgres by default runs on 5432. So we have exposed 6432 for outer world, and we have mapped that 6432 with 5432. Now for Odoo we need some directory where Odoo can store its file store, add-ons, and the attachment. That's why I've created one folder called Odoo web data, and that I mapped with varlib Odoo. Then we also need some default config. So I've created one folder for config, and we'll just mounting that config inside our etc/odoo folder. So these two services need to be communicate with each other. That's why I kept these two services within a network, and here I've defined one separate network called webnet. So when we deploy this stack, so first network will be created, these volumes will be attached with the container, and our Odoo application will be up and running. So this is a short introduction of the stack.yml file that we have created. Now let's jump into the actual implementation and deploy our stack. So for that you can use command docker compose up, sorry, docker compose -f, then give a file name as stack.yml and just press enter. So let me increase the font. So yeah, basically will be using this stack.yml file to bring our Odoo application up and running. -d stand for it is in a daemon mode, so that it will just Docker will execute this command and exit, and Docker will run our Odoo application in a daemon mode. So let's do that. So here you can see our database is up. Now our application is up. You can verify this using Docker container ls. So the status is it was up 7 seconds ago, 9 seconds ago. You can check logs using Docker container logs hyphen follow, and you can put a container ID. So I'm just interested in container Odoo container, that's why I'll put this ID. So yeah, our application is up and running. Now open browser. Yeah, let me pull my browser. Yeah, cool. So as I mentioned, I have exports 8099 port for outer world to access Odoo application. So what I'll do, I'll just put localhost 8099 and enter. Now here you can see Odoo will ask me to create new database because this is a fresh setup. So yeah, before we jump into this actual creation of database, I just wanted to highlight one mistake which majority developer or majority developer does. So if you look at this if you look at this config file, so cat config odoo.conf. So I've created a simple config file. So admin password, basically this is the password we use while creating database, and we need this password while setting up our first initial database. Now here you can see the interesting part. I've mentioned db host as db. Most of the time it would be your database application if you're hosting it, database url if you're hosting this on any public cloud platform. Otherwise it will be a local host, but in our case we kept this db because, as I mentioned, I'm running these two services, web and db, inside this webnet, and the and this Postgres service is accessible with this service name called db. That's why I mentioned database host as a db port, and we have exposed 6432 for the outer world, but inside container a Postgres is running on 5432. That's why I kept the database port as 5432. Also, I've specified some environment variable called Odoo, default username and password called Odoo. So they will be they will be configured using this environment variable. And yeah, so this is the volume where we store our Postgres database, so that after this redeployment our data should persist. So yeah, these are few Docker concepts. I just wanted to highlight that if you're setting up Odoo using Docker application, then make sure that database host is should be your database service name. So yeah, this is the one point I wanted to highlight. Now let's continue with our demo. So I've already configured admin password to this one, so I'll copy this one. Then I'll open this Google Chrome. So my master password will be this one. I'll quickly check. Yeah, this is correct. So this is demo db, demo database. Email ID, I'll keep this as admin. Password admin, let me confirm. Yeah. Phone number, I'll skip. Country, I'll skip. I don't need any demo data. Then I'll click on this create data. Now if you want to see what is happening behind the scene, or if you want to just check the logs, again you can use this same command. So I'll copy this and paste it here. So here you can see now we are creating our first database, and now Odoo is installing all the base modules. So minimum module which are required to bring your Odoo application up and running. So it is done, and our application is also up. So yeah, this is the setup for our community add-ons, but we are interested in dockerizing our Odoo application with our custom add-ons. So let's see how we can implement this. So I'll exit from this logs. I will stop my Docker services. So again, Docker compose -f stack.yml down. So using this command, Docker will stop our running container. So here you can see it has already removed our web application, database application. First it stopped those containers and then it removed a Docker container. As I mentioned, we have specified a network, and once these applications are stopped and removed from our Docker environment, Docker will remove the network which is created using the above command. Now we have to make few changes in our Docker stack file. Before that, I will show you the directory structure. So as I mentioned, I kept my config file here, my Odoo database and file store. I copied, they will be copied to this folder. Then I have, sorry, this is for database, sorry, and this is for our Odoo application, file store, everything. I've created one add-on, so you can keep this similar structure where you can put your custom add-ons into a one folder. So let's see what we have in this add-on folder. So cd add-ons, then we have, yeah, I've copied one a simple add-on. Then I'll just step back to the original folder. Yeah. So what I'll do, I'll just update this stack.yml and I'll mount this directory inside a Docker container. So let's do that. So what I'll do, I'll add one more volume in our stack.yml in our Odoo application. So what I want, in a current directory there is folder called add-ons. Mount that folder inside the Docker container, and as we know that by default Odoo store their community add-ons or any all kinds of add-ons in directory called mnt slash extra add-ons. Now I don't want to mix the community add-ons with my custom add-ons, so what I'll do, I'll just create a new directory inside our container, and I'll put my custom add-ons to this folder, to this custom add-ons folder. Now we have mentioned that we'll mount this directory to this location, but we also tell Odoo that, hey, I have kept my custom add-on in this location, so do read my custom add-on from this location. So I have to edit my config file again. So I'll just go to config again, odoo.conf. I'll add one more extra parameter that will be add-ons underscore path. This is the default configuration option that Odoo provides, and I'll paste the path. Now remember that I've pasted the path which is inside your Docker container. So this is the important thing to remember. Now let's save this file again, Docker, and now redeploy your application again, Docker compose -f stack.yml and up. Now we are deploying our Odoo application with now custom add-on. Yeah, sorry, I forgot to put that -d. Now you can see, uh, now on your screen you will see that the logs coming from our database container and a web container, and our web container, which is nothing but Odoo itself. Now here you can see, uh, whenever Docker started this Odoo application, Odoo by default it mounts some add-ons. So here you can see, here we have our community add-ons, and if you remember, this is the custom path that we have provided, and now Odoo will read all the modules from this location, and we can verify this from browser itself. So to update my packages, I have to debug, enable developer mode. Cool. So add developer mode is available now. Let's Okay, so this is our module name, partner statement. So this is not visible because I have to update my app list on my machine. Cool. Our app list is updated now. Now here you can see our custom add-on is now available. So yeah, this is the one of the method using which you can dockerize your Odoo application with your custom add-ons. So in the next video I'll tell you how we can create our own Docker image, how we can deploy that image to Docker Hub. So that will be um, that I would say that is the one of the best practice we can implement in our project. So yeah, this is it for this video. Thank you so much guys for watching this video. So please do subscribe my channel. I'll add more videos around Odoo and how we can fine tune Odoo application to handle a large scale application. So yep, thank you for